Shocking weight gain of Terence Bud Crawford is the subject matter of the video that we will be putting together today for you. Canelo may be in trouble. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. Terence Crawford may go down, I have to admit it, as one of the greatest fighters that have ever put on gloves already. But if he does what he is attempting to do with Canelo Alvarez, man, he goes way up there. And information has been released by Terence Crawford that makes it seem like the feat may not be as ridiculous as some people think. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, it'd be great. Appreciate you. And thank you to everybody that supports the video, and a super thanks that you can see with the $ below. Great way to support content creators. But let's talk about this. Terence Crawford released a photo of presumably a scale he was standing on, and the weight on that scale was 189 pounds. 189 pounds for a man that was campaigning not too long ago at 135 pounds. That is amazing. I've seen Terence Crawford in person, stood pretty close to him. I'm a big guy. I'm, at the time, well over 250. But looking at Terence Crawford, I would have never thought that the guy standing there would weigh anywhere near 190 pounds, be anywhere touching 200 pounds. But modern workouts, eating right, lifting weights has gotten him to the point where this dude is walking around at weights that you just wouldn't think that a man that looks that slim could possibly weigh. But here he is, going into a fight with Canelo Alvarez, presumably going into a fight with Canelo Alvarez at the weight of 168 pounds, which means that he would have to cut 21 pounds, 21 pounds off his body to make 168. You tell me the modern world of boxing with these weight classes are not bananas. That a man who not just a year and a half ago weighed in for a fight at 147 is walking around at 190, has to cut 20 pounds to make it to 168. Bud is huge. What can I say? Like when I'm surprised that there was any question about whether or not he would be able to go from 135 to 140 to 147 to 154 if he's walking around at 100, almost 190 pounds. That's amazing. And then you have to say, okay, but that is not his walk around weight. That's with him working out, because Bud stays in the gym. So it's not even as if, Bud blew up to 189 pounds. No, Bud you continually see pictures of Terence Crawford looking relatively slim, looking in shape, looking clearly muscular and strong, right? Wrestling around with people and doing different things. 189 pounds, that has its benefits, and it also has, for the short term, clearly, because if Terence Crawford is able to have enough on his shots, enough pop on his shots to keep Canelo Alvarez honest, man, it could be a long night for Canelo Alvarez in there, man. I went to a fight where people were it was similar to this situation in that it was Roy Jones Jr. moving up to heavyweight, and I think he went from 175 up over to 200 pounds, and Roy Jones Jr. looked like huge. in the ring. I had seen him in the casino, and he didn't. His body didn't look that big. He still looked like a small guy to me. But when he got in the boxing ring, because you could, see pretty close. I was close enough to the ring where I could see what he looked like. He looked absolutely like a really big dude in that ring, man. At least his muscles were full. And I think he weighed in somewhere around 196 pounds, right? Terence Crawford at 168, man, wow. That's going to be something trouble if he can really carry that weight. At the same time, you got to think, does he weigh all, like, is that a regular thing? Like, what did he usually walk? He probably walked around. I thought he was walking around somewhere in the 160s. I thought somewhere in the hundreds. If I had to bet for a guy that was weighing 135, he had to be walking around somewhere in the 160s. So over the course of 10 years, he's gained 20 pounds. Like, but maybe his face is a little bit more full, but wow. Anyway, it should be a really good fight. I hope they make the fight. I'm not going to speculate on anything related to snack and Vada because, hey, man, that performance enhancers don't necessarily always relate to body weight, right? However, I'm sure that they are very helpful in putting on lean muscle mass. 20 pounds of, I don't know if that would equate to 20 pounds of lean muscle mass or not, but wow. Let's put it this way. At the very least, Terence Crawford has been on his P's and Q's and been working out. That man, he's been eating good, doing what he's supposed to do. I hope he gets this fight. But again, if he's able to beat Canelo Alvarez in this scenario, at the end of the day, I mean, like, end of his career, he's definitely going to be thought of as one of the greatest fighters to fight. People typically, when they talk about that stuff, think about it in the terms of the people that they've seen fight. So, I'd have to put him up there with the Sugar Ray Leonards, with the Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s and guys like that who were really dominant throughout their career and went way up in weight class. Honestly, I'm honestly a big fan of Roy Jones Jr. as well. If Roy Jones decided to stop fighting earlier, and just go into training, Roy would have had a much greater name. But still, at the height of his career, I think he's every bit as good as any of these other guys. And just go into training, Roy would have had a much greater name. But still, at the height of his career, I think he's every bit as good as any of these other guys. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.